Hi everyone, welcome to the latest edition of the Player's Perspective. I am your host, Wes McKinney, here today with track and field athlete Shawnee Carnett. Shawnee, great to have you on today.
Thanks.
Shawnee, recently, as this past weekend, you competed at the SAC Relays, a field of 32 Division I runners in the 800-meter run. You won that. How does this prepare you for the national championships that you ran the fastest time in the nation and you automatically qualified for nationals?
This really, obviously you had to get to nationals somehow, and it gets you in the environment of fast people. Like when it's a big deal, like I usually race really well, and to have the competition is really nice because sometimes it's hard in this area.
This coming week, you and Coach Cox are flying out to California for the SAC Relays, a very prestigious race. This race is going to feature girls, that you raced against at the indoor national championships and that you'll race in the outdoor national championships. So what's your goal for this weekend heading out to California?
I'm really excited to go because I've never been to anything that big and I've always watched it online. Really it's to run faster, but I have to remember that this isn't the time of season that I should, if I don't beat them here, it's the national championship's the most important thing.
As the season begins to wind down, about 5 to 6 weeks to go until the National Outdoor Championships at Grand Valley State in Michigan, what's your training been like, as you start to kind of wind it down here?
I race a lot. I've raced every weekend, almost both Friday and Saturday. It's just, I do a lot of different things. I lift and I do morning runs, and my practices are hard, but they're not, so hard because I'm trying to save stuff for the race day. So really racing is the big thing right now.
Before the national championships in the middle of May, you'll race at the Mountain East Conference Championships. What are your goals at that meet, and what events do you plan to run at that meet?
It's still hard right now because I'm first in the 4, 8, 15, and I'm seated like 7th in the 200, and then of course there's the 4x4. So obviously I probably can't do them all because they fall within an hour. So I'm probably looking more at the 15 and the 8, and of course I would love to win the relay because that's always fun.
Now you and Coach Cox, you guys have been all over the country to different races. What's your favorite track to race at?
Indoors is definitely Virginia Tech. I raced there in high school. I've always had really awesome races there. Probably every PR almost is on that track. And then outdoors has been really hard because I just ran really well at Tennessee, but I would definitely have to say Duke probably is my favorite.
Okay. A couple rapid fire questions here to finish up. I mentioned you traveling with Coach Cox all these weekends. Sometimes it's just you and him, going back and forth to meet. So what's the best thing about traveling with Coach Cox week in, week out?
He's so much fun. Sometimes you forget that he's 20 years older than us because he's just always doing something. Usually it's something he's not supposed to, so I always wonder how many times he can get kicked out of the track or like he's in the area he's not supposed to be, and I'm like, oh, here it goes.
Now, I know everyone has certain pre-race routines, certain people eat certain foods, listen to certain songs, do certain things before races, but is there a certain song that you'd like to listen to before a race?
I'm not a big, I don't like to listen to songs a lot before because I'm just kind of try to be as relaxed as I can. Some people get hyped up, but I just as long as I'm smiling and not wound too tight, I think I do really well.
Okay. All right, Shawnee, safe travels to you and Coach Cox. That you guys fly out on Wednesday, correct?
Yes.
Tomorrow. You guys fly out on Wednesday to Walnut, California, just outside of L.A. For the SAC Relays. Shawnee going to look to improve her 800 time, which is the leading time in the nation at 2:06.19. Once again, she ran that at the SAC Relays this past weekend. For Shawnee Carnett, I am Wes McKinney, and this has been the latest edition of the Player's Perspective. And for all of Concord Athletics, go to our website, cumountainlions.com. Thanks for tuning in.